How you doing, everybody? This is John, John's Long Box. It looks like I'm on a Robert Kirkman kick. I didn't even realize that until I just went to read the name, but this is Robert Kirkman's Firepower. The artist is Chris Samney. Robert Kirkman, as you may or may not know, wrote the comic The Walking Dead, which became the mega hit TV show, and he also wrote the comic Invincible, which is now on Amazon. I cannot recommend Invincible enough. The first season was amazing. The comic book was great. This is issue number 5. Also Skybound. That's the company within Image Comics that Robert Kirkman owned. So here, this is Skybound. I mean, this is Firepower. Now, Firepower, when I just picked it up because anything with Robert Kirkman's name has good credit for me. So I at least pick up the first couple of issues, and if I like them, I keep going. And I'm up to issue 10 on this. I'm keep going. It's really good. I like the art. Chris Samney's art. He's a newcomer. Did a run on Thor. Did a run on Daredevil. I think he's doing Captain America. But just a simple. I like him. He's not too flashy. But Firepower. It's a. Okay. Here's the credits. Okay. Todd McFarlane, president. You know. Robert Kirkman is chief operating officer. They upgraded him into boss status. Okay, 2020. So here, this guy was adopted, and he went looking for his biological family. Took him back to China, and he went to a temple, and in the temple there, he learned the secret kung fu ritual that unleashed his body heat and gave him the firepower, so he could shoot fireballs. It's very similar to Iron Fist. Matter of fact, I almost gave it up because I'm like, this is Iron Fist. But what I do like about it is he's a family man. This is his wife. She's a police officer. And of course, just like any kung fu movie, these are the bad guys who may now be the good guys. We don't know. But they've got to bring him back because he's the only one who mastered the firepower. So they're bringing him back for the temple because, of course, 2 different temples are now brawling, and I'm not exactly sure what's going on, which I like about it because, so he's an excellent kung fu master. Owen something, I forget his last name, and they're fighting. That's his wife. She pulls out a gun. Everybody's scared of her, and she reveals that she's a cop. They were out on a date night, just regular date night, and here he is using his firepower. He smashes him with this big old club. This issue is just all kung fu. That's why I picked this one. Just good old fighting. You could see Samney's good storytelling. I mean, I'm not even reading the dialogue, and you could tell what's going on. That's a sign of good. That's what I mean by storytelling. Storytelling is just you can look at the pictures and you can see what's going on. Notice that the gutters are all black. It's all black paper. It creates like a nice glossy look. And look at. You could just see the effort in everybody. This guy's, I don't know, he's going to get their children. Oh yeah, they got a son and daughter at home. So he's like, we got to get home. So, okay. This is, I thought I skipped a page. Joggers outside. The kids are already hiding. So you already see, here's the setup. Just great storytelling. The kid's already scared. I'm not even reading the words, and you know what's going on. The daughters. Okay, the son. Oh, and then they're next door neighbor kid was over playing, so they're just like, this isn't even one of his children, we could kill him. So the father's been training his son and daughter because he was afraid of something like this would catch up to him, and the wife just thought it was great bonding time with the kids. She knew about him living in the temple, but I guess she didn't really think that his past would come up to catch him. So here they're what are they, like 13, 14, boom, hits the kid. I mean, there's real stakes in this. She's like, oh, this is real. The kid, she jumps out and actually hits one. Just took her by surprise, and he's making fun of her. I'm sorry. Beating up kids, and boom, Owen shows up, his wife, whose name I just can't remember, and just fights. Okay, fight's going on. Again, you could see the storytelling, what's going on. She's back, slices the gun in half, and I'm fine. Oh, I'm not fine. She's kind of bluffing. She was actually cut pretty bad with the katana wielded by a master. Okay, they're talking. They're one of the, and he pretty much delayed them until he got his power going. She's bleeding. Stabberoonie. Okay, just right in front of the kids. Real stakes again. She's bleeding. They take off. I don't know. I just like that eyeball. This big ass club. Okay, they're fighting. Again, you could just tell what's going on. I could just see this page barely has any words. Okay, big old fight. Knocks him off. Just a lot of action. That's why I picked this one. Just kung fu. This would definitely make a good, I think, a good live action. If you know, better than Iron Fist at least. And then they realize, like, they got the neighbor's kid in the car, so they just drop him off. Like, they don't, this is dangerous. They got to protect their own kids. This kid's innocent of everything. The daughter's like, "What's going on? You never told me about this." Yeah. She's being kind of bratty, but at the same time, she's terrified and scared. Mom's still bleeding. And they go to her partner. That's right, her partner. She's a cop. So they go to the partner's house for a breather. That's peanut butter, their dog. And he's explaining to the partner. And here's the funny thing is he already kind of knew. And there he is. That's the Owen's master. He's sitting there waiting for him. So why is he at the partner's house? Well, buy the comic and find out. Owen. I always makes fun of his name. Owen Johnson. Yuck. Still such a terrible name. He's been making fun of his name. Asian guy with the name Owen Johnson. Is the letters page. The roast office. That's a great letters page. Okay. That's one thing I like about Image Comics is their letters pages are like 3 pages. And here's like an interview. Chris Samney. CS. Chris Samney. To bring it back is next issue. And here's a prelude. I don't know if this came out before or after the issue number 1. Issue number 1 was supposed to be Free Comic Book Day. Once a year, I think it's in May, they have a free comic book day, but then COVID happened and nobody was going to the stores, so they just repackaged it as issue number 1. And then this was a prequel. This is the origin of Owen. I recommend it. Back cover. This is one of my favorite comics that is still coming out. I think it's up to issue 12. I read up to issue 10. I got 11 and 12 on my desk right now. I didn't read them yet, but I didn't want everything to be Marvel from the 80s. I just want you guys to know that I'm still reading comics, and this is. And a friend of mine asked me what comics do you look forward to every month. Well, Firepower is one of them. Cheesy name. And I almost passed it over because the Firepower. And then when I saw that it was just an Iron Fist ripoff, but Robert Kirkman has a really good way of making people believable and dialogue and interpersonal relationships. And that with this, I just think this, like, what's the word? Subtle. I'm trying to think of another word, but Chris Samney's art. It's very stated, is that the word? I don't know. It's just he doesn't fill it with unnecessary details. It's great storytelling. It happened in a lot of the early Image comics. I couldn't tell what was going on, and I was confused a lot. But no, he's just a master storyteller. Both of them are master storytellers. And there you go. That's Firepower. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Leave in the comments suggestions, anything you want to say, anything you think will make this channel more interesting. I still do want to do one 10-minute video, about 10-minute video a day. So thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.